Update 10 on Tropical Storm Neoguri, which has weakened and is no longer a typhoon, but still with winds of 70 miles per hour and a pressure of 978 millibars. Its current position is 31.8 degrees north, 127.8 degrees east. That puts it in between the southern Korean island of Jeju and the southern Japanese island of Kyushu in the East China Sea there, likely to make landfall on the latter in Kyushu in Japan in the next 12 hours as a tropical storm. It's then expected to continue through the Japanese islands of Shikoku and the biggest island, which is Honshu, and possibly affect Tokyo as it leaves out to sea over the western Pacific waters, possibly extratropical by then. And for those looking very far ahead, the storm's expected to turn towards the north, towards the far eastern part of Russia. So at the moment, we're looking at a landfall in Japan and tropical storm conditions very likely. Gale advisory still in effect for Okinawa, by the way. Typhoon warning still in effect too for the Amami and Asumi Islands, probably won't be in effect for too much longer. Same too for Kyushu, western Shikoku and west Chugoku in Japan. Typhoon warnings there, as is also the case for Jeju in South Korea, and tropical storm warnings in effect for the southern coast of mainland South Korea too. Gale advisories in effect towards the northeast of Japan as well, or at least further northeast than the southwestern part of it, throughout the whole island of Shikoku as far as Osaka. This is the latest satellite imagery over the past day. Of course, it's nightfall in that area now, and it's sort of been coming apart a little bit. You can see the centre of circulation and low-level circulation appearing slightly towards the end of that, I think. But sea surface temperatures are remaining marginal, probably lower than that now. Actually, I don't think the sea surface temperatures are on the storm's side. So we'll probably be seeing sustained weakening now. Of course, as it's making landfall, it's going to have land interaction, and so we probably won't see any more strengthening. So the good news for Japan and South Korea is that it's not going to get any worse. The shear map, you saw that there, high shear amounts around the storm as well, so that's going to be another interference. Look at all the water vapor as well. The whole of Japan is under some sort of water vapor at the moment, mainly to do with the storm. So it's a very moist environment and very wet as well, lots of rain falling around the whole area. The computer models, the CMC, foregone conclusion really with Neoguri now, but it does predict another typhoon forming further south near the northern Mariana Islands and skirting the islands and then moving towards the northwest. The GFS model has something similar, but a more westerly track for that new storm, and possibly a landfall for the Philippines or Taiwan, and maybe even another storm forming behind that as well, near the northern Mariana Islands. So latest satellite imagery isn't the most impressive. Towards the north and northwest of the storm, that's over South Korea. There's a lot of cloud around, but not too much in the way of precipitation, at least not very heavy precipitation. Most of that is to its east and to the storm's south as well. Mainly to the south of the core is where the worst of the rainfall is at the moment, but we might still see some gusty winds, obviously up to 70 miles per hour, gusting higher than that. Of course, 70 mile per hour figure is the sustained winds, and as the storm makes landfall in Japan, we'll probably see some sustained winds on the island of Kyushu, gusting up to around 70 or higher in miles per hour. That's hurricane strength. So as of July the 9th at 2 PM UTC, Tropical Storm Fausto is no longer so. It's weakened to a tropical depression. Invest 90AT still going over there as well. It might be declassified now. Invest 96S too in the southern Indian Ocean, and of course Tropical Storm Neoguri, and Invest 92W, which could be our next storm in the western Pacific. 36 storms had formed so far around the world in 2014. Neoguri was the 35th, Fausto was the 36th. Neoguri was the 14th to become a Category 1 cyclone with winds of 74 miles per hour and higher, and 8 of those have become Category 3 storms this year. Of course, Neoguri was also one of those as well, with winds of 115 miles per hour plus. Very close to becoming the second Category 5 of the year, but it sadly, for the storm at least, didn't quite make that Category 5 status. But in any case, that was of course good news for Japan and South Korea, as it could have been a great deal stronger. You can visit any of Force 13's 6 outlets. The website, force13.com, will keep you most up to date with all the goings on and activity around the world. And of course the video pages, YouTube and Dailymotion, will keep you up to date at regular intervals, 12 hourly if I can when there's a storm around. Just search Force 13 on any of those. And of course the social pages, Facebook and Twitter, just search Force 13 on those. It's at Force 13 on Twitter. And if you'd like to speak to me personally on Skype, you can do so. Just add Fool 13 for tropical weather chat. The next update on Neoguri will follow at 2 AM UTC on July the 10th if necessary. If not, it will probably be later on in the day.